Hello, hello. My name is Denise Willerton. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in East St. Paul, Manitoba, Canada. We're going to continue decorating our books or our book or album. I will likely be here all alone today. Um, Part 7. Today is the last day of February 2025. I can't believe it. So we've been working on this album. Here's a pocket. Totally impromptu. Hi, Judy. I was going to go live this evening, but something came up. So I'm like, can I do this? I have to pick Katie up at school for 2:30. So I need to leave in about an hour. Hello, Carol. Welcome here. So we're going to continue decorating our album. And if you are interested in this class, I think I've got this up here. Well, first of all, this is my email address while I'm looking for that. So you could either drop me a message at denisewillerton@gmail.com, or if you just want to check it out, that is where you would go for the PDF and the video tutorial for this album. Remember when we did these? So fun. I love these little pullouts. Okay, so where where were we last time? I think this is what we worked on last time. So this is a pocket, and this is that large pullout, and yeah, that would likely be something like that. That's our Munchkin Owen. I am picking up his sister today. Okay, so what is this? This is a booklet. Now, we can adhere booklets to the page, or they can just be tuck-ins. So I think I'm going to keep that as a tuck-in. And then this is a photo mat. So let's pop this in here, and let me take that off because I can't see if there are any comments. Okay, so Judy and Carol, we are going to decorate this, pardon me, booklet, and maybe we'll do something with that photo mat, and hopefully this. Now here's another thing that we can also do with a booklet. Pardon me for one moment. I have one last Ricola here. I should be doing commercials for these guys. I've got this, pardon me, phony dry tickle. I apologize. Let me be right back. I am going to go get some of my supplies, which I left over there. I will be right there. I promise. I will be right there. So I had errands to run this morning. And so when I got home, I'm like, let's do this. But obviously, I wasn't fully ready. Okay, please don't fall. Let me open up one of these drawers, which gives me a little bit of a ledge. Okay, and then I saw over here a bunch of black cardstock. So when you're creating these albums and you purchase the tutorial, You're going to slowly catch on to what we're doing, and you don't have to stay. Let me move this out of the way because I want to show you something. You don't necessarily have to stay totally within the parameters of what was sent out for the tutorial. And here's what I mean by that. Here's a piece of black cardstock, and it measures 8.5 by 7.5. So when you're looking at your book, let's say you want more than just this pocket and this back flap. Let's say you just want a little more. You can take another piece of cardstock, and that would fit. And you could make an entirely different different element to add to that flap. Okay, so this is already scored. And let's give that a burnish. And if I was to attach that to this flap here, let me put a piece of white paper back there so you can see what I'm doing. I could add that. You know what? I couldn't. Not that way, because the book wouldn't be able to close. But I could add it this way. So let's do this. And I'm doing this right now because I want to show you that you don't have to totally stay within the tutorial parameters, okay? So I've got my 1/2 inch score, and if I adhere that to this page here, and if I measure about right here, okay, let's give that a slice. It is a cold day here in Winnipeg. I just walked in the door. I haven't even taken my shoes off. Don't tell Dean. Let's give that a slice. I'm just going to tuck that aside. And so, if I adhered that to this, just to give us another pullout, let me just think this through. Or if we did it that way, would it still close? And it would. So I think I like that idea. We're going to place adhesive on that flap. I hope I don't regret doing that. Oh my goodness, Judy, I was thinking about you yesterday because we were watching the weather in Ontario, and I was like, oh my goodness. Winter is just hanging on, isn't it? It is just hanging on. Carol, I don't know what it's like where you are, but it's not really nice days here where we are. Pardon me for one moment. Sorry about that. Winter does not want to go away. Nope, it does not. Okay. We're going to give that just a wee burnish, or not burnish, snip. So just a wee snip right to that score mark. Okay. Let me think this through again. We could do it that way, or we could do it this way. And I guess there's no right or wrong. If we open it up, I think I like it that way better. So let's put our white down so we can see what we're doing. And let's just take that apart. Let's go this way. Let's go this way. And we're going to cover this scene anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. So I'm just making sure that I'm lining up properly and it's giving me action. That's what happens, I guess, when you jump on super quick. So I'm measuring that I am tucked away up here and down there. Okay, let's give that a press right there. That's where I released my tape. And we're going to put design paper on that to just hide all of that. I like that. I like that it's a continual flap. Okay, let's decorate that. Let's get to some fun. So we've got this happening here. I want to round the corners, and I am doing a 1/2 inch in the book. So I want to stick with a 1/2 inch wherever I do round my corners. So this little booklet, and don't mind me as I continually watch the time because I cannot be late to pick up my girl. We can put that down on here. Ooh, that's probably too small. I have a little journaling mat. And I've got this, which is super cool. And I also have, no, I don't like that. I am just looking through my scrap bin. No, wrong blue. These blues would work together nicely on another page, but not quite on this one. I'm a little more in kind of the muted tones. Okay. I think I prefer this. Okay. So once I get that measured, I'm going to know where I'm at. Do you see where, I don't know if you can see that, where this is just a little bit, it's not really coming through. Grab an emery board every now and then if you have kind of these little hang-ons that don't want to let go, and just clean them up. Oh, and you know what? I want to grab my my smoky slate and my blending brush. Just looking for my pencil. Okay, let's give this a measure. So I know I want that from here to here, about that wide. And then from top to bottom, I'm going to have to come in here a little bit more. So I'm just measuring about, where's my paper? Just so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm about a 1/16 of an inch from the top, and I also want to be about a 1/16 of an inch from the bottom. Okay, so let's see what we have here. We've got 3 1/4 and a smidge less by 4 1/8 and a smidge less. So 3 1/4 and 4 1/8. Okay, so yes, I do know how to read a ruler. I just often cheat. So we are 3 1/4 wide. So I want to make sure that my lines are going the right way by 4 1/8 and a smidge less. That I don't know that I'll be doing anything with. And let's see how that fit is. Pretty good. So we've got corners to round, so I've covered 2. Let's erase our markings for our booklet. Sorry if the table is shaking. 2:20. Girls, watch the time with me, please. I need to leave by about, what would I say? Probably 2:05, the latest. Okay, so we've got 2 covered. Let's find something for 2 more covers. And I think it would be okay if we went in the gray tones. I think that might be kind of sharp, hey? Just to pull something entirely different out. If we did that on the inside, so once you open it up, let's determine first what we want where. What we want where. I love this. This is so beautiful. Okay, let's cut this to size. So we're 3 1/4 wide. I'm going to hang on to this because you never know. And I am 4 1/8 inch tall. Okay. So that would cover our book beautifully. Let's just take that sliver off. Just a sliver and a sliver more. I think I'm settling down. I'm not feeling so crazy here. I had a lovely meeting this morning with a lovely Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Winnipeg. What a beautiful time we had together. Let's see. I always like to do my dry fit, and I do want to take just a smidge off of that as well. Okay, let's get our corners rounded. And I don't advise doing 2 at the same time unless you know for certain that you are nice and square. You know what? It was so nice, Judy. I don't have an upline, and so I've got no one to kind of wrestle through things together with. And so it's always nice to find someone to be able to do that with. Okay. And you know what? While I'm in the middle of that, let's do this as well. And yeah, I better, no, this is going on the inside. So I want to keep that. And we're going to have to cut a little bit off. Darlene. You know what? It went really well, Dar. Just really nice. I had met her before, but we had never sat down to talk business and just to kind of glean ideas off of each other. So it was really good. I like that fit. Okay. And then I'll have to do one more panel on the inside. Let's grab our smoky slate, because that's what we have been using, and our brush. Yay me, remembering to do that. And you know what? I want to just decorate that with my punch. I wish this punch was still current, but alas, it is not. Okay, there's my my measurements. Darlene, it's so nice to see you here as well. Darlene is my long-lost friend. Life has been busy for her lately, and so she hasn't been on lives very often, but it's nice to have her here. So she's my friend that does a lot of my 3D printing for my items, like this tool and my blending brush holder and my mats and all sorts of things. My pressure tool, she's the gal that creates that. She's lovely. She's a keeper. Oh, you know what? Why didn't I continue with these two? Oh, and you know what I just realized? I should not have done that. I should not have rounded that corner. You know what? I don't know if I'm going to regret this, but we're going to round our booklet corner. Which means I need to round that as well. Which is not what I wanted to do, but that's okay. It is totally okay. All right, let's get those edges finished off. So last Friday when I picked up Katie after school and we came home, my grandkids love to make cards in Grandma's studio. I mean, who wouldn't? Because they get to play with all my toys. But she made a really sweet birthday card for Lucas. She did the packing tape trick. And then after that was done, because it really didn't take long, I pulled out my my beads so she could make some friendship bracelets, and she went crazy. She couldn't believe that I had all of the stuff that I had. So when I pick her up today, we're going to the store so she can get her own little carrying case of beads and such for making friendship bracelets. Oh dear. Darlene, that would be great. Okay, was that the photo folio? Because I actually, I can't remember if you were in the photo folio class. I finished the video for that and the PDF. Okay, this is like really tight. So my dry fit, did not work. Let's get that trimmed up just a smidge more. And that fits better. Okay. I wonder if one side is just a smidge different. No, I think we're good. Okay. Let's get out our mat. My kitchen mat. And yeah, she had such a good time. I actually didn't help her because she makes friendship bracelets all the time, but she was just really surprised with the supplies that I had. Let's get that down. That dry fit was perfect. So I was thinking after I get this entire book decorated, I think we're going to stick with it. And I'm actually going to populate it with pictures so that you can see that process too. And of course, you would do your albums differently, but at least you can see the process that I go through, and just adding little things here and there along the way. Such as, let me just give you an example. So the outside of our booklet is done, but let's just say, because I have this kicking around on my desk, and actually that would fit. And I guess I need to get in camera. We're having a squirrel moment here, ladies. Let's say I wanted to put this down here, which I likely won't because it doesn't quite work. But what you would do, and actually this might be a better example. These colors don't work. But let's say I wanted to put something like that down in the corner of a pocket, or even just have it offset a little bit, okay? You would put your tear and tape kind of in an L so that this is down and it creates a little tuck place. And so then what you would do is, because this is adhered down in an L, you could then tuck in a photo right there. Okay, so that just gives you an example of, once the book is covered, the possibilities are still endless, like totally endless. Or you put a picture down and then you put that's not going to work, something like this. You can decorate a corner with it. I mean, obviously the fish doesn't go with the first day of grade 2, but it just gives you an example of, pardon me, how your book just continues giving. Okay, where did I put my booklet? we want these spine things on the inside, so that's great for journaling. I want to make sure that it closes, and it does. Oh, you did? Darlene, was that hard? Oh boy. All of the things, right, that we don't think we need to walk through. I remember doing all of that with Dean's parents. Not easy. Not easy. Those chapters in life that we still have to walk through, hey? Darlene, my thoughts are with you, definitely, and you know that. I've told you that through the last couple of days and weeks. Okay, so now let's put some design paper on the inside of this. I was originally thinking that, but it just doesn't, and not that it has to, but somehow I'm feeling like it has to tie in a little bit more. Let's stick with this. And even, let me see something here. I don't know if these are the right tones, and they are. You know what? That could work on the inside. It could. I'd love to pull in some of the greens, but if I cut it here, then. So I am 3 1/4 wide. Let's get our big trimmer. And yeah, it's tough, Dar. It is tough. So we are 3 1/4, and I think I had said 3 1/4 and just a tiny smidge less. So there is a nice, big, beautiful piece of scrap by 4 1/8 and a smidge less. So that's going to go in here. Let's round our corners, and then my dry fit is going to make a little more sense. 135. I'm doing well. I don't know how far we will get today, but I just really didn't. I had originally, we need to be a smidge thinner, and I don't want to cut the green side off. I want more green happening. So I'm going to cut off from this side. Yeah, I had originally thought that I was going to do my live this evening, but something came up, and we have friends that really want us to come over tonight and chat with them. That dry fit is, I'm going to go a smidge shorter, just because I seem to have a thicker black area at the top and bottom. So let's just try to, I like that. Okay, let's dust that edge. So yeah, since our friends needed us to come over this evening and talk them through some things, I have a friend who is just realized that she's battling cancer. And so she wants to kind of, I guess, hear my story. And so after Katie leaves, that's where we are going. So, because I wanted to go live this evening, and it's like, nope, not going to happen. But can I squeeze this in today? Okay, that is gorgeous. Let's get that down, and then our little booklet is done, and then we're going to move on to the flap. I ordered more of that paper, so it's in the Stampin' Up! Online. It's not in it's not in the catalog, and it's in the scrapbooking section. And so that is, let me show you. Oh, I like that. Yay! I like that. And so even on a little booklet, you can do something like this and decorate it, right? You would put like a small picture on there or whatever. So I like that. So this little guy is going to go in here along with this pull-out. Okay, so it doesn't matter how you do it. The pull-out can tuck in, and then also a photo mat. And I don't know for sure what I'm doing with that photo mat yet. So you know what? I was going to put a journal page on there, but I'm thinking, you know what? Let's wait until we know what we're doing with pictures, okay? So let's move on to this pull-out flap, okay? Which was a total add-on, a total add-on. So that paper that I was talking about is this one right here, the Everyday Happiness. I love it. And I don't want to do flowers because it's probably going to be a masculine book, but check that out. Oh my goodness. That is so perfect. That is so perfect. And something just grabbed my eye here. I love how we've got the yellows in there. So I don't know, girls. What do you think? I don't think that's going to be wide enough. But what do you think about this on just this inside? Like, don't you think that goes together so beautifully? I do. And that just caught my eye. That did just catch my eye. I love the wood grains. I love the wood grains. And then there's this one here that also has, you know what, those are totally going to work. I love this. And so maybe, no, that's going to be too much wood grain. Maybe I would do, nope. I think that is too much, but I don't know. I'm really liking this. Maybe if I pull this in on that side and then it pulls it right through. What was the other side of that? That is this. Let me see what we can find. Because before I put this down, I need to know what's going to go on the other half of this, right? So let's see. Yeah, I'm liking that better. So do you see where my struggle is. And then if we actually cut it here, we've got some more of that yellow pulling through. Or if we don't want as much, cut that. Let's cut this. I'm thinking I really like that. We're going to tuck you. Don't fall. So let's be lazy and not measure and just use our pencil trick. That's going to be too dark. So I am just eyeballing this side where my seam is, and here is my other, whoops, don't move. My other score mark is right there. So let's just go inside just a smidge. And then if we pull that away from the edge, I like the lineup of the top. Is it crazy that I do it this way and I don't measure? So we're going to cut, I'm going to cut this strip first. Okay. I'm going to cut that strip first just because of the way the wood grain is going. It might be handier to have a larger piece, and see, you could even do something like that. And then my other pencil mark is right there. And we are not going to round any corners. Tuck that away. Do my dry fit before I start sponging my edges. I don't want to pry, Darlene, but did you just, oh. Darlene, I will let you answer. Okay, we're going to, I really, really like that. What do you girls think? I really like that. Like an entirely different, what is the word I'm looking for here? Family group. But it works, right? Let's ink that up. Just dust the edges, right? And it just kind of takes the starkness of just that clean edge away. Now, if you don't like to dust your edges, you do not have to. But if you do start to dust your edges, I would advise you to continue dusting throughout, okay? I hope we get this flap done before I have to go get my girl. Yeah, it's been quite the journey for Darlene. And so for those who are here, if you are a praying person or inclined to pray, I mean, we all need prayer, don't we? We all do. But specifically for Darlene right now, just this new season of her new normal. I really like that. Let's put that down. Yeah, don't you love these typos? Darlene, when it comes to typos, I'm always remembered our mutual friend whose husband texted her. He was at home waiting for her to be ready to be picked up at the event that she was at. And she got a very short message from him, and all it said was, "I'm leaving you." And what he meant to say was, "I'm leaving now." Whoops, there goes my paper. Judy, that is so beautiful. Thank you for caring enough to ask. And Darlene for sharing. You know, we may never meet each other face to face, but it's always nice to know when we have people praying for us. And we know what we're doing on that side. I think we mostly do, but I like the idea of pulling that in and bringing it across there. This would be too much to have there, but this is so subtle. Don't you think? Okay, there's the piece that fell. Now, if we put that down here and cut it there, we've got an awful lot of this kind of gold coming through. Or if we want it to be just a little quieter, we could do it this way. And this is what we would have. And I'm thinking I'm more inclined to this being on that flap. Okay. So, pencil trick. It's kind of my, I don't have to think MO. And about there. Now, so I've got a cut mark here and a cut mark. Let's get in camera. A cut mark here and another one right there. So then what you think through is, do I want to cut it down this way and have this long piece? Or do I want to cut it this way and have that long piece? And again, there's no right or wrong. It's just kind of where you think you would want to go. And I think I want to go long on this one. Okay. I think I want to go long. 250. How are we doing? Can we do it? We're going to erase that pencil mark. It's so funny when I close shop and I look at my albums and I want to decorate them. It's like, nope, I have to wait and do this. Judy, how are you doing with your new cutter? Is that working out for you? I hope it is. So before we do our brushing, we want to do a dry fit and just see. And I think I like that. So erase those pencil marks. Unless you put your pencil marks on the back side, but I didn't. Oh, you haven't used it yet. Okay. I think I'm going to really like this page here. And I hope it makes sense, the kind of the chatting through with different colors of design paper that you pull out. It doesn't have to come together in one little second here, you know. You want to think it through. I mean, we think it through when we make cards, so sorry if this is like super noisy. I want to kind of get some corners done here. that is going to go down right there. Don't you love that? Like, let me pull it right in so you can see it a little better. See how it just, I think it flows beautifully. I love how the golds in here kind of pull in with what's happening on either side of the page. Let's get our large silicone kitchen mat. And maybe we'll even get to the back side of it. Like, I have to say goodbye at 2:05 my time, kind of the latest that I can. I think this glue is slowly coming to an end. So down, ooh, this goes. Why do I feel like I'm like super crooked on my book? I don't know what happened here. Whoopsie. I need my wiggle room. Thank you for scooting over a little bit. Something wonky has happened here. Oh no, it's just the way I'm looking at the book, I guess. Pull the glue into the center first. Let's put this under here. There we go. I haven't had any oozing out on the sides here today. Kind of amazing. And then let's just spread that all around. So then on these big mat pages, that is where you could put, yeah, I will not short myself on time. I would rather be waiting for Katie than her waiting for me. I don't like my grandkids waiting on grandma, that's for sure. Let's give this a really nice burnish. I really like that page. Okay, and so now we have this and that to do. Now, this can go this way as well and then just open up large. I don't know if that made sense. If I fold it this way and then it opens up large rather than having this tucked in. And you know what? I think I like this better. So I could put a magnet down to hold that down, which I think is what I am going to do. So let's put a magnet down right here and here. There are my magnets right here. And you know what? Oh, happy day. You know how I had ordered the wrong size? I had ordered these little guys. This is the size that I should have ordered. So we are going to, oh, and I see this magnet has actually broken. Let's see if we can fix that. I just need to splay them, come on, apart from each other. There's 1/2 and 1/2. We're going to fix that. I'm going to put my ink away because I have a feeling that once I get these magnets down, that'll be it. It'll be go time. So, like we always do, for magnets. We don't want to get too close to the edge because then there is nothing for the design paper to grab. So if we put that down about right there, and I'm going to see if I can fix this magnet. And that is going to go down. Nope, not on top. Please, right beside. It's going to give me action. Because it needs to go the other way. The negative positive is fighting with each other. There we go. So I don't know if you can see that. Pick that up before I lose it. I have basically, see how it's split in the middle? I have basically fixed that magnet. Let's put tape down on top of that. Give it a hug on either side because we don't want that going anywhere. And let's put that magnet on top of it. Let's put a little piece of tear and tape on top of that. Remove yeah, easier said than done. Remove that backing. Okay, so we've got tear and tape, magnet, tear and tape. Then you put your second magnet on top. You remove the backing of the tear and tape. Here's our score line. We're going to close that onto itself, give it a little press, and then when I lift it up, that is perfect placement for these magnets. Okay, so now let's put a little piece of, where are you? Let's put a little piece of tear and tape on top of that. And then what we do is we find our design paper that we want to use and we cover both of these flaps. Okay, so now that is going to go down like so. Whatever is on this side is not going to show on this side. Okay, so I can actually open this up and we can do something entirely different on this whole back side. Okay, so I was thinking if we did a different wood grain, and see how I'm still sort of in the same family, but if we did a different wood grain on this side for this flap here, and then found something for that side, and you know what, I don't want wood grain and wood grain because that's just too much. Ooh, I absolutely love this paper and I wish I had more of it. I think that's too busy, but I'm thinking I want to kind of stay in the gray tones. And I want something really subtle, but you know what? I'm not going to find something before I need to leave unless, is there a right side and a wrong side? Is this directional? Ba, ba, ba. And it is. What do you think about that? We're going to go. Bye, ladies. Thank you for hanging with me. I froze for a minute, but yes, I do need to leave now. But what do you think of this? If I've got this on that side and this on the other, I'm going to think that through the next time. But for now, I'm going to go. Thank you for hanging with me. Have a blessed rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. It's here. It's Friday. Talk to you later. Thanks for hanging with me. Bye, girls.